My mom started taking me to doctors nonstop after one seizure in 5th grade. She kept insisting I had serious diseases I didn't feel, and now I'm scared no doctor will believe me when I'm actually sick. Posted by you/public kangaroo 6867. Hey doctors. I made a Reddit account just for this question, after I searched online for help. This seemed like the safest way to ask privately. I, 15F, am 5 feet tall and weigh 82 pounds. I take Keppra, hydroxychloroquine, and Adderall. I live in the United States. This has been going on for 5 years. I've been diagnosed with epilepsy, an undifferentiated connective tissue disorder, and ADHD. But my mom thinks I have POTS, EDS, and a few other things too. Basically, I had a seizure once when I was about 10. It happened on a school field trip. My mom had always been really intense about me getting sick. Even a regular cold meant a trip to the doctor. But the seizure made it much worse. Since then, she's been convinced that I have serious health problems. At first, I believed her. She was really good at convincing me that I was feeling things I wasn't or that things happened that I didn't remember because I was having a seizure. But the only one I know for sure happened was in 5th grade, and the hospital couldn't find an obvious cause afterward. Since then, she keeps taking me to appointments and tells the doctors I have symptoms that I don't have or makes real symptoms sound way worse than they are. Like, she'll say I had a fever, and if I don't have one at the clinic, she says it's because I took Tylenol. It's true I took Tylenol, but not for a fever. She just gave it to me. She also gives me cold medicine before cardiology appointments. She'll say I'm sniffly and hand me meds, but most of the time I don't even feel sick. And now I found out cold medicine can raise your heart rate. She also plants ideas in my head. She says things like, you seem lightheaded. Your joints look swollen. You look out of focus. She says this stuff so often, it starts to sound true. For a long time, I believed it, but now I sit here and think, I feel fine. I'm just tired of all the appointments. I want to hang out with my friends and stop taking meds that make me cranky and sad and nauseous. She even takes pictures at bad angles to make things look worse. One time, I got a bunch of bruises after playing on a big inflatable water slide and taking lots of ibuprofen, which she gave me for joint pain. But she told the doctor the bruises had no cause, and I had to get a full leukemia workup. She was telling everyone I probably had leukemia. I knew what caused the bruises, but she convinced me that something like playing on an inflatable would never make bruises like that unless I was really sick, so I didn't say anything. The problem is now it's been years. I'm scared that if I speak up, we'll get in trouble. And then, if I really do get sick someday, no doctor will believe me. I don't know why I didn't say anything sooner. For the past 2 years, I've been pretty sure she's making most of it up. But it's confusing. I kept thinking maybe I was wrong or just brushing off real stuff. Sometimes, she really did sound right. What do I do? Can I tell the doctors that the symptoms are probably not real? Will that ruin my care forever? Also, I really did have a seizure when I was 10. I was at school, in the cafeteria, and a lot of people saw it. That part is definitely true. But now I don't even know what else is real anymore. I had a high ANA test result, like 1 to 160, but I don't think the rest of the symptoms for the connective tissue diagnosis were real. I'm not saying none of this is my fault. I should have said something earlier. But I feel stuck. Please help me figure this out. I see the cardiologist on Thursday, and I just want it to be over. Also, I know my BMI is low. I don't eat much. I'm working on it. Relevant comments. Commenter 1, it's good that you reached out, and I'm glad you did. What you describe is not normal behavior from your mother, but there is a name for it, and it's called Munchausen by proxy syndrome. That basically means that your mother probably has a mental illness that tells her that you are sick, even though you are probably not. It also sometimes tells her to give you stuff because she needs to see you sick, even though you don't need it. Now, this is what I think is going on based on your Reddit post. Essentially, if you feel none of the symptoms your mother is telling your doctors you have, then this is not a good thing. Where I live, you would be old enough to go to a doctor yourself without a parent. I do not know how it is in your country, though. I would strongly suggest you tell somebody about this, and it should be an adult. A doctor is probably best, but if you can't, a social worker, psychologist, nurse, or something like that works too. Does your school offer somebody like that? Maybe you can ask to see them during school time. Write everything down you feel your mother is doing so you can tell them about it. Stay safe. OP, I probably could go to a doctor alone, but my mom won't let me. She says it's important to have an adult explain things and know the treatment plan. I don't go back to school until September. Is there a way to signal to a doctor that I need to talk to them alone, or get them to make my mom sign something? Commenter 1, if you can sneak away, call the doctor's office ahead of time and let them know you need to talk alone. If not, write a note and hide it in your pocket. When you go in, ask for the bathroom and hand it to a nurse or staff member. It can say something like, "Please let the doctor know I need to talk to them alone and it's urgent, but I don't want my mom to be suspicious." OP, thank you. After I do that, what happens? Will they just tell my mom nothing's wrong so I can stop going to appointments? Or will we get in trouble? Will it make doctors ignore me in the future? Commenter 1. In the United States, the doctor must report abuse. And based on what you shared, this is abuse. An investigation will happen, and you'll get a chance to explain. You won't be in trouble. Your mom will be. You're a child, doing what your mom says. Everyone involved will understand that. You'll still get medical care and be taken seriously. Your mom needs help. She has a mental illness that can hurt you. It might be hard for a while, but this is how your mom can get help and how you can stay safe. Talking to your doctor Thursday is the first step. OP, I live in the US. Does an investigation mean I won't live with my mom anymore? Or will she just get therapy? Also, I think the doctors believe my low weight is from all these illnesses, but it's not. I'm not eating much on purpose. I kind of want to say something, but should I wait and just do one thing at a time? I know I need to eat more. I'm trying, but it's not going well. Commenter 2, sounds like abuse. OP, calling it abuse feels like too much. I know it's not right, but that word feels like I'd be exaggerating. She's not hurting me. She's just pretending I'm hurt. Commenter 3, she may not want to hurt you. She might really think she's helping. But she has a mental illness. You need to put your health first. You can still love her and support her, even if she needs help. OP, that helps. I don't want to think of her as a bad person. I just don't want more blood tests or to lie to doctors. Commenter 4 asks more about eating. OP, I'm not trying to feel sick by not eating. I just like having control over this one thing. It's mine. She doesn't get to decide it. Commenter 5 offers support and resources. OP, I'll check out the resources. I think the doctors think my weight is from something else. My mom says I have bathroom issues. And I kind of do. But I think it's because of how I'm eating. I want to eat better, but it's hard. Even around my friends, I can't let myself break the rules I've made. Commenter 6 is a pharmacist who talks about the risks of hydroxychloroquine, especially for someone so young. OP, I didn't know it could cause blindness. I get my eyes checked every year, but I thought that was because the illness could affect them. Op-eds. I know my mom checks my phone records. Who I call, who I text. So I don't think I can call the doctor ahead of time. But I think I'll write a note. Op-eds more thoughts, same day, 9 hours later. I looked into treatment for eating issues. It looks like the main type is family-based therapy, where your parents control your meals. That sounds awful. I think my mom would like it if I had a problem and if she got to control everything I eat and do. That would be a nightmare. So I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't say anything yet and wait until I'm an adult, so I can deal with it by myself. Op on her dad. It's just me and my mom. My dad died when I was too little to remember. Do you think I can ask to go somewhere else to get better if it's too hard to do alone? I really don't want her involved. Commenter 7, hi there. I'm not a medical professional, I'm just a regular person and a mom. You need to have an adult ally in your corner, preferably a doctor, with whom you can be totally 100% honest. That person can help you figure out the best plan going forward. You don't have to be all alone, trying to figure out strategy all by yourself. No doctor or psychologist is going to force you into a kind of therapy where your mentally ill mother is in charge of everything you eat. I mean, think about it. If you were a doctor, would you force a teenager in your situation into that kind of family-based therapy? If you keep on trying to keep stuff secret from safe adults, it's going to make it harder for them to help you. Once you get a chance to talk alone with a doctor, you need to tell them everything. Otherwise, it'll be harder for them to understand your true physical and medical condition, and harder for them to understand the real story about your mother's effects on you. Also, it's important for you to have accurate information about how your body is doing right now. You're smart enough to know that anorexia can be dangerous, so you need to know the true state of your body. It's yours, and you can learn how to be kind and gentle to it and take good care of it. You still have a few years until you're an adult, so for right now, you need safe adults to protect you from your mother. It doesn't mean she's a bad person, but her mind isn't healthy right now, and she has the possibility of being dangerous to you. If she were able to stand back and see herself accurately, she wouldn't want to be hurting you, but she can't see herself. You don't have to deal with this all alone. You have the power of your voice. You can raise your voice and tell the whole truth to doctors, nurses, and any adult who feels safe to you. OP, I get what you're saying. Thank you. I actually like my cardiologist. He's nice. He jokes with me and talks directly to me, not just to my mom. So I think he's a good person to start with. I just panicked when I read about family-based therapy. Update, 3 weeks later. 15F, 5 feet, 80 pounds. I posted here once before because I knew my mom was lying about me being sicker than I was, and I wasn't sure how to handle it. I took everyone's advice, and I ended up telling them at the next appointment. After we checked in, I said I had to go to the bathroom, and I left a note with a nurse. I think my doctor maybe looked at it before the appointment actually because it took a really long time for us to go back, and then in the appointment the doctor was asking a lot more probing questions, clarifying questions, and pointing out inconsistencies, my mom said. Then he asked to talk to me by myself, and my mom by herself too, actually. So I'm seeing a team of doctors now who wanted to verify some of the diagnoses that I had, and they admitted me to do that, like in the hospital. There was always a nurse or someone in my room with me. I'm not 100% sure because no one actually told me this is why, but I'm guessing it was to make sure my mom didn't say or do anything or give me anything. Is that something they'd actually do? It sounds so dramatic, or maybe it's normal to check things out in the hospital like that. I don't know. Anyway, they're changing some of my diagnoses now, and my mom is talking with a counselor. She still maintains that she's not doing anything to me and I'm really sick, just getting influenced by crime documentaries, adding she caught me listening to the podcast for context. But things are a little better. She's not supposed to be in charge of any of my medications now, I do that myself. I write down everything I take and when in a journal so there's a record. I'm not taking the hydroxychloroquine anymore. Thank you guys for telling me to say something. I was really afraid I was going to get in trouble, but no one was mad, not even at my mom actually. They were nice about it, maybe a little stern but nice.